One person was killed around 2:30 in the afternoon on August 21st when a Beech King Air 200 made an emergency landing on Foothills Boulevard near Highland Drive in Prince George, British Columbia, about 1.5 kilometers north of North Nechako Road, colliding with vehicles on the roadway. The victim was an occupant of a vehicle on the ground, not an occupant of the aircraft, and has not been publicly identified. Everyone aboard the aircraft survived the landing itself. That stretch of Foothills Boulevard is not a runway. It is a 4-lane arterial through a residential and commercial area that carries steady daytime traffic, and the aircraft came down among moving cars. Its left wing struck a pickup truck with debris smashing through the windshield and a propeller separating and coming to rest in the roadway, scattering wreckage across lanes. A second vehicle described as a red SUV was also struck, and a yellow car was left off to the side as drivers swerved toward ditches to avoid the descending aircraft. The pilot had notified Prince George Airport that an emergency landing was needed and airport emergency resources were placed on standby for an arrival on the airfield. The aircraft came down short of the airport on the road instead. It had departed Prince George Airport around 11 a.m. toward the Chemes Creek area and was returning in the early afternoon when the emergency was declared. Paramedics assessed 10 patients at the scene. 2 were transported to hospital in stable condition. The 8 others who were assessed were not transported, and their conditions have not been detailed. Beyond that triage count, the official medical status of the pilot and passengers has not been released, though no life-threatening injuries have been reported among those aboard, who numbered about 8. Consistent with the capacity of the type. The response was logged at about 2:26 p.m. by British Columbia Emergency Health Services, with 2 ambulances staffed by primary care paramedics, link and referral units, a paramedic supervisor, and an area manager deployed. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police log shows notification around 2:20 p.m., a difference of minutes that reflects different agency clocks, not a separate event. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police closed Foothills Boulevard in both directions for the investigation, a closure that lasted overnight into the next day with alternate routes advised, and the aircraft remained roadside near hydro lines pending investigators. Police said no evasive maneuver was possible in the dynamic situation, that drivers could not have predicted or avoided what happened with 2 cars involved. The aircraft has been confirmed as a Beechcraft 200 Super King Air, registration C-GEDV, serial BB628, built in 1980 with a maximum takeoff weight of about 5,670 kilograms. It was imported to Canada in 2017 and has been registered to C-GEDV Air Limited of Prince George since October 2025, after previously operating with Upper Valley Aviation. The same airframe was involved in a separate cabin depressurization on January 2020-2024 on a medical flight from Phoenix Mesa Gateway to Kelowna, when oxygen masks deployed on descent through about 20,000 feet southwest of Kelowna. It landed safely then, and inspection found no defects in the outflow and safety valves. That history does not explain the current emergency. Witness Mohit Arora, 36, had just turned onto Foothills Boulevard when the aircraft came down. He described the left wing striking the pickup truck within a millisecond and the detached propeller nearly striking his own vehicle, which was stopped about 10 feet ahead, calling the experience traumatic, and said the pickup driver was injured but survived. The driver of the red Ford SUV, Jaime Paliuk, described the plane coming speeding right toward them, swerving hard right toward the ditch in the rightmost lane and still being struck, saying he should not be here, reporting only cuts and minor whiplash, saying he did not recall engine noise at impact and crediting the vehicle's suspension for absorbing much of the downward force. The SUV's roof and glass were crushed and a thick metal rod speared through the back seat at chest height. Photos and video from the scene show the aircraft stopped roadside with wing damage and an open door near hydro lines, the detached propeller in the road, the pickup truck with debris through the windshield, the mangled SUV, the yellow car off to the side, and first responders working among debris while onlookers gathered and were urged to stay away to avoid diverting resources. The Transportation Safety Board of Canada confirmed the aircraft type as a Beech King Air 200 and deployed investigators, expected to arrive by August 22nd, to assess the occurrence and assume conduct of the investigation. The examination will include the aircraft and wreckage, any data sources, and the 72-hour history. The cause or nature of the emergency that forced the roadway landing. Whether an engine or systems issue, fuel, weather, performance, or another factor, and what communications occurred in the final minutes has not been released. No safety findings, cause determination, or recommendations have been issued, and investigators will also determine the complete accounting of vehicles involved, detailed conditions of the 8 patients assessed but not transported, confirmation of the flight paperwork and manifest, identification of the person killed, and when the aircraft will be removed and Foothills Boulevard fully reopened. Like and follow for more stories that matter.